Hi, my name is Kees, and I'm commenting on my favorite videos. So this is definitely another one of my favorite videos. This is Gangaji's Stop. I think the video in general is just totally amazing, and I'm gonna give my thoughts and my ideas on it, not to try to compete with anybody or not to try to make this video better or something like that. This is just fun for me to do, and commenting on videos is just, yeah, it's just very much fun for me, and I see that it helps a lot of people as well. So, and it re-exposes some people to these videos as well. So with all that said, here is Gangaji.
There is a desire that arises in certain lifetimes that is not your ordinary kind of desire. We're very familiar with ordinary desires. They're part of the perpetuation of life form. The desire to eat serves the continuance of the life form. It's a natural desire. It's found in all kingdoms.
Yeah, so this interesting thing is that a lot of people try to suppress desire, even though desire is the most natural thing in the world, and there's nothing wrong with that. The only thing what can be wrong with desire is that we try to insist on desire or insist on a certain outcome based on our desire. That forcing, that insisting, that is the only thing that can be unnatural about the subject of desire.
And it's fine. But this desire for true freedom, desire for real fulfillment, which appears in your lifetime, paradoxically, can only be realized if you don't do anything for its realization.
Yeah, so I totally agree with that. And the doing here is you can't manipulate yourself into enlightenment, you could say. You could say when we allow all naturalness, that is when things can actually happen. When we start to force either doing or non-doing or a certain technique, we're doing that at the cost of being natural, while enlightenment is already our natural state.
Now, this cannot be believed, and so you are given lots of things to do. But what you are given to do is designed to wear down your desire for doing. In meditation practice, which I'm sure many of you have or have had or tried to have, there is...
Yeah, this depends on, of course, how you define meditation, but let's say if you want to sit like this, be still, then if you think you're transcending your humanness, you're already human, so you can't transcend, you can only embrace your humanness. And that's not what a lot of people do with meditation. They try to move away from what is natural.
There is either a focusing and a concentration of the mind, or a stilling of the mind and body. And what that points to, eventually, is that when the mind's activity is at rest, there is fulfillment, there is peace. There are meditations where you do prostrations, where you do service, and all of those meditations are designed to still the mind so that it is not obsessing on what object is needed to reveal this true fulfillment, to reveal the resolution of the longing for truth. When I met my teacher, I had attempted many forms of meditation. Obviously not successfully, or I wouldn't have still had the desire. I had had moments of beauty, moments of transcendence, moments of true knowing. And yet the underlying longing, the underlying sense of, how do I get it? How do I keep it? I've got to find a way. I've got.
Yeah, so this is still like this forced mindset with what a lot of people on the spiritual path has. It's like attachment to technique, attachment to form, attachment to teacher, attachment to a certain way of meditating, attachment to, needing to be awakened, be enlightened, things like that, instead of open hand, openness, just letting it sit, just letting it come if it wants to come. Just being, you could say. Embracing our normalcy, embracing our humanness. Not trying to look for it outside of this, but embracing this as it is.
Find out how was still operating. So I prayed for a teacher, and I met my teacher. And my teacher told me to stop, just as I've mentioned in here the past 2 nights. He extended to me an invitation, which I am happy to extend again to you. This moment, stop right where you are. Stop all effort to get whatever it is you think will give you fulfillment. Whatever it is you think will give you truth. All that is required is one instant of truly stopping. This one instant is elusive to most people, because in approaching the instant of stopping, there usually arises an enormous welling of fear. If I stop, if I really stop, there is the fear that I will slide back, that I will lose the ground that I have gained through my efforts, through my practices. Even though I'm still not fully satisfied, I'm more satisfied. It's a better life. My mind is calmer. My circumstances are better. And I might lose all of that. That's the risk. Sooner or later, all will be lost anyway. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's reality. This whole lifetime will be lost. All the accumulations of this lifetime will be lost. If you have faith in other lifetimes, then this lifetime is a hope that the next lifetime you will stop. It was quite extraordinary for me to hear.
So this is amazing, huh? Papaji's invitation to Gangaji, like to stop. And this stopping is about stopping to try to one-up life, to try to technique yourself out of life, to try to improve life, to try to improve yourself, to try to basically not embrace what is, not be with what is, not surrender to this, but try to technique your way out of this. Right? Try to transcend this instead of being in it. So oftentimes we're playing games with life, whether that's material or spiritual. Materially we think we have a better life if we, have more money, have a, better spouse or whatever, or have a bigger house, I don't know, bigger car, whatever. Or have more food, or I don't know. And spiritually, we think we would be better off in heaven. We would be better off if we are enlightened. We would be better off if we would do this technique, if we would have time to go to a monastery or whatever, you know. So that is another form of spiritual craving. That's another form of avoiding what is. That's another form of postponing the moment. Not being here. It's another way to not be here. And if we really stop in a way where we let go of needing to do anything, letting go of techniques, letting go of work, letting go of everything, which does not mean to not do something. It's not about not doing. I must do something or I must do nothing is both a must do. Instead, this is talking about dropping the must. Dropping the whole idea of I need to do something, whether that's spiritual or material.
Hear this from my teacher, this stop. I was certain that he was going to give me some secret knowledge. Well, it is secret knowledge, but it's only secret because it's so obvious. It is not esoteric. I was certain that he would whisper some magical formula in my ear, and he did. He said, stop. Stop. It was so simple that I was thrown. I stopped. He threw me to the floor with that, not physically, but literally. My mind stopped. And there is fulfillment. And more. More than can ever be imagined. What we imagine as fulfillment has to do with lack of pain or more pleasure, lack of conflict or more peace, more acknowledgement, more love. This is all what can be imagined. But true fulfillment cannot be imagined. It can only be realized.
Yeah, so this is lovely. This is lovely. What an amazing video. Thanks, Gangaji. Yeah, so this last point, I think I really like that. It's very much about mental suffering instead of physical suffering. So when we stop resisting experience, because using a technique is a subtle form of resistance. Trying to meditate ourselves out of this is a subtle form of resistance. When we stop all resistance and we allow life to be exactly as it is right now, then we free fall into this bottomless pit of everythingness and nothingness, and it's the void we've been avoiding. It's freedom from ego, it's freedom from self. It's freedom from everything. It's just free without a boundary, without something to bump into. Say, I'm free from that. No. I'm with that as well. It's like this embrace of everything. When we stop resisting what is, we're stopping our interference, our mind's interference, into our natural beingness, how we naturally are. When people say things like find your path, or do what you like, or do what you love, or be yourself, this is all pointing to that same thing, which is just allow that natural, your natural beingness to come out. Don't interfere with yourself. Don't get into your own way. So my question to you is, can you stop? Stop forcing techniques, stop forcing work, stop forcing anything. But yet, on the other hand, anything may arise. When we don't resist, it's okay for us to work, drink a coffee, have a sandwich, go to work, make a video, whatever. Talk to our friends. Anything. Take care of our kids. Without needing to do anything. We can just do what naturally wants to arise. And allow that. Good luck on your journey. And much love. Bye.